Surprise, surprise. Love and Hip Hop New York. The shit is finally over. I'm so glad because I'm waiting for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, which airs April 20th, 9 days before my B-Day. I'm looking forward to seeing that. But anyways, I digress. Let's get to this episode. Okay, it starts off with Johnny Blaze in the studio. She's playing on the piano and singing her little song, and she's saying how, Rich is not her manager anymore, and they're not lovers anymore, they're nothing, and, she's going to move on and continue to do her music. Yeah, kudos to you. Thumbs up. Moving right along. You get Diamond and her dad. They meet up, look like at some restaurant, sit down and talk, and she's telling him how, she done met this dude and she fell in love, and he told her that he loved her and was going to help her with her model career, and they was eventually going to get married one day, and so she moved out to New York, and basically the shit blew up in her face, and she ended up with egg on her face. So, her daddy is like, bitch, you was too fucking grown to be making these damn mistakes. You need to live and learn and move the fuck on. You're 26 years old. You have a daughter. You need to get your shit together and take responsibilities for the shit that you're doing. And so, she like, yeah, okay, whatever. And I'm glad that he let her know and gave her the honest truth. She do need to take responsibility for her craziness. And, he tells her, she needs a man in her life. She just needs some boy. But I look at it like, if the bitch was acting like a grown-ass woman instead of crazy-ass little girl, then maybe she can attract a grown-ass man instead of a little-ass boy. That's not just Cisco's fault. This shit is Diamond's fault, too. You just pop up on niggas in New York, half across the world, trying to move in with them and leave your daughter behind. And anyways, I'm tired of talking about her. What happened next? So you get Peter in the studio with some dude. They listening to the song that he recorded. Tara deserved better and Amina deserved better. We fucking know that shit. We just want them to realize that shit. So Tara sits down and they talk, and she's telling him about the business she done started, and how she's working with this new group. I believe they're called XO, and she wanted Peter to produce some songs for them. And he's happy. And like, after all the shit I done did, I done dogged her out and put Tara through everything. And, she still believe in my music and have faith in me and my music. And I'm like, that bitch can care less. I think if Tara had the right amount of money and the proper connects, she would have found somebody else. She wouldn't have went to Peter and did anything. She would have, went to somebody else. But anyways, he's telling her how, Amina is not giving in, and, he want his family back, whoop-de-whoop-whoop, same shit, he keep talking. And, and Tara was like, you need to figure out what you want and quit dogging this woman out. And he's like, yeah, I'm glad we could sit down and talk about this. Anyways, then we get to Diamond meets up with Cisco. And she's basically saying how she needs some closure. And I'm like, how much fucking closure do you need? You didn't fuck with two niggas that we know of after Cisco. You done went from that one big head dude who was the producer. I forgot what his name was. And then you went to Rich and you fucked him in the bathroom. And you're still talking about you need closure? I don't get it. But anyways, she's like, you know, what did I do wrong? What did I do for you to treat me this way and for you to cheat on me and this and that and the third? And he was just basically like, you ain't do shit. It was all me. And so, he's telling her that, his baby mama had left him and took the kids and didn't say shit. He didn't know where she was at. She just took off with everything. So Diamond is like, wait, hold the fuck on. So you mean to tell me when you and I was together, you was playing house with your baby mama? So, he's like, yeah, it is what it is. And, she's like, I'm staying in New York. I'm gonna be out here. So I want us to be able to squash the beef and be able to be cordial with each other. There's gonna be a time where we're gonna pass each other and see each other in the streets, whatever. And I just want us to be cool and not to argue and fight or whatever. So, they hug it out and they ended on a good note. She leaves, he leaves, cool, good. So then you get Chrissy and Chinks. So Chrissy is like, business is booming, his business is going so good that she needs a bigger, venue or whatever to do her business or whatever. So she invited Chink down to see her be a boss in action. I'm like, you been fucking with this nigga for 2 years and he ain't seen you in action being a boss or whatever. But anyways, I digress. So she basically telling him, you're not ready to be with me. You don't want to move in with me. I actually move in. You call me all types of bitches. You refuse to get a divorce from your wife. You don't want to give me any babies. You just stringing me along. And you're never going to change. You're never going to commit to me the way I want you to. So since you can't commit to me the way I want you to, then deuces. So, they go back and forth arguing or whatever. And she's like, oh, you're not shit. You're an arrogant son of a bitch. And, you're just like any other married man. And, this is the best bitch that you ever had. And you're losing out on the best bitch in the world. And I'm like, Chrissy, you and all these other dumb broads in America that think that a man is going to leave his wife for you, you are out your fucking mind. You're outside your fucking mind. That man was never going to leave his wife. Never. I don't care what you say or what you thought was going down. And how do you expect a married man to be honest with you, to be loyal to you, to commit to you, to marry you, to move in with you, to have babies? Why are you expecting that from a married man? That's what baffles me. But anyways, once again, I digress. And so, she basically gave Chinks the deuces. And, he didn't seem too bothered by it. He don't give a shit neither. Then you get, what happened next? Peter. Peter is sitting down with his friend. I forgot the dude's name, but he telling that same fucking story again that he's been telling everybody. Amina went out to Germany and took the baby with her, and he went out there to try to get his family back, and it didn't work. Amina's giving him the cold shoulder, and she doesn't want to be with him. And he's like, speaking of Amina, she's back working with her old producer. What's his name? Oren or whatever. And he's like, oh, really? And he's like, yeah, their history, right? They used to fuck back in the day. And so, that must have knocked Peter out his motherfucking chair. That nigga must have fell to the floor. He tried to play that shit cool, but he was mad deep inside. So he was like, I really got to talk to him and make things right. So, then that scene is over. And then you get Precious Paris. She She's in the studio, she's spitting the song, she's rehearsing with Kid Capri. And so she's basically saying, I've been doing videos on my own. I'm in a studio session right now that I'm paying for. I'm doing everything that my manager should be doing. And every time I call this nigga, I can't get in contact with him. So, I guess this time he answered his phone because she invited him down to the studio. He comes down, she basically tell him, I don't want to fucking work with you no more. You ain't doing shit. You ain't about shit. You ain't a real fucking manager. Every time I call you, you're not answering the phone. You ain't been booking shit for me. You ain't been doing nothing that a manager's supposed to be doing. It's about time that we part ways. And the fucked up part about it is, every time I see you with one of your other artists and y'all doing mad shit. Y'all you running around with Diamond and Johnny Blaze, and you doing all this bullshit. You doing everything but working with me. And she was like, is it? I guess if I was giving up the pussy to your ass, maybe you would show some type of interest in my career and help me out or whatever. And he's like, nah, that's not the case, believe that's not the case, basically don't fucking flatter yourself because that ain't what it is. And she was just like, whatever, but, he took it good, he was just, I can tell that it caught him off guard though. He didn't think she was going to do that shit. But, basically it is what it is. They parted ways on a good note. But the funniest shit, she was like, it was nice not doing business with you. I thought that shit was funny. Anyways, then you get to Cisco. Cisco is so funny to me. This nigga sitting out on the balcony and shit, reflecting on his life, looking out into the world, looking out into the sky and shit with his drink in his hand. And he's like, when I look back and reflect on my life, all I see is this pain. Nigga, you are not the only one. You are not the only one who's been through something. That's the shit that I don't like about Cisco, is that he acts as if he's the only one who lost someone that was close to him, or he's the only one that's been through hard times or whatever. And so, his baby mama Tasha come through, and he's basically telling her, he's sorry for hurting her, for everything he put her through. And, he wants to make things right. He wants to be in his kids' life. He wants them to be able to exist and co-parent together. And she's like, nigga, fuck you. You fucking hurt me. You ain't shit. This is the consequences to your actions. And nigga, fuck you. You don't run this. I run this. I control my life. And you ain't gonna see your motherfucking kids, basically, because that's what it sounded like to me. It seemed like all you want to do is be in his kid's life, but I can see it, her using her kids as a pawn because she's hurt, and want to take it out on him by keeping him away from his kids. But I'm like, bitch, let that man see his kids. If he want to be in his kid's life, then let him be in his kid's life, because at the end of the day, when those kids get older and they're able to understand what's going on, they're going to be fucking mad at your ass. They're going to be like, you're the one that fucked up. You're the one that kept us away from our father. So just let that man see his kids, because I know you expect him to take care of his kids financially. I'm pretty sure he gives you money. You want that money, so let him see his fucking kids. So they yelling and arguing. She get mad. She toss a cup off the table. He gets up and he throws his cup. And then it's just a chain reaction. That nigga turned to Incredible Hulk and he flips over the couch and shit, and then he march out. They're trying to calm both of them down, but it didn't work. Yeah. So what? Anyways, after that, Amina and Peter, they go off. Peter takes her somewhere. I don't know what the fuck that was. To me, it looked like a Catholic church. I don't know where he took her. He said he was taking her somewhere for the weekend. They pulling in one luggage bag. And I'm guessing that they both packed their shit in the same suitcase because we all know that Peter ain't got no damn luggage. That nigga was packing that shit up in a garbage bag, so we know he ain't got no luggage. But anyways, I digress. So, he thinking he gonna be able to sweet talk her into getting back with him. And her on the other hand, she like, I'm just here to let this motherfucker know, nigga, it's over. I'm fucking with Arm. We girted through this music together. It ain't shit that you could do about it. So, she let him know what the deal was, and he's like, oh, he's a snake. He's this, he's that, and the third. And I'm like, Peter, you are not in any good place to be talking about no motherfucking body. As trifling as you are. This is the same nigga you dogging on both of these bitches on this show. You're the most trifling nigga within the franchise to me. With some dirty ass feet. And you got nothing to talk about the next nigga. And what's wrong with him and what he doing and what he ain't doing. And so, he tried to give her that punk ass engagement ring, and she was just like, the fuck, I don't want that ring. That ring is not gonna settle shit. It's not gonna change the fact that, you done me wrong. You fucking hurt me, and I'm gone. I'm working with Arm, we're gonna do our music, and that's it. And then that was over. Then we get to Yandy. Yandy and Mendici, they having their little baby shower. And, Yandy calls for Mendici and little Mendici, to come front and center. And, she tells him, oh, I fell in love with you from the moment I saw you. And she tells little Mendici, I miss this and I miss that, and I don't plan on missing anything else. She reading the shit off her phone and letting them know how she feel or whatever. And then she tells everybody, oh, this is the night where I officially changed my name to Harris. This ain't no wedding. This is, we're not getting married yet. That'll happen later on, and you guys are still invited. But tonight, I'm going to change my last name. So by the time I have this baby, I'll be a Harris. So they bring the paper. She signs it. Okay, woo, kudos to you. And that was basically it. They showed what everybody was doing. Precious Paris looked like she was in a damn strip club performing a song. You get, what's her name? Diamond. Finally taking pictures. Looked like she was at a photo shoot. Modeling. Finally. And not only that, she had her daughter with her. I thought that was so cute. But, that's where her daughter should have been in the first place. But anyways, I digress. They showed, what's his name? Rich. He's talking about his alcohol's flying off the shelves, and he's partying, and Ann walks in scene with her little boo thing, and who else they show? They show Erica. She's trying on wedding dresses and talking about she wants to be a good wife and a good mother to her kids. And I'm like, oh, I didn't know you had 2 kids. You're claiming Bow Wow's kid too? Okay, I wonder how the baby mom feel about that. But anyways, I digress. They show Peter. He's with the kids. Doing something, I don't know, a little activity together, cool. Then, who else? People I don't care about. Chrissy, she's taking pictures with dog and talking about she's single. Yeah, kudos to you. And then they show Yandy. Yandy has her baby. Now she has a pretty little girl. And, congratulations to Yandy and Mendici. And they're having a baby girl. And that was basically it. It's finally over. Next week we get the part 1 of the reunion. I can't wait for that. Like I said, I can't wait for Love and Hip Hop Atlanta, which airs April 20th, 9 days before my birthday. And did y'all see? Did y'all see how Nico was like, Mimi signed a contract. I own her. I thought that shit was funny. But anyways, be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe. And I'll see y'all later. Peace out.